you actually have this rare image of the entire world and one single person in the same frame. And that's, I mean, you really only see that with astronauts. And it immediately sets up a relationship of us, our species, and our planet.
I like films more than anything. I like to be honest about that. This is a film that's coming through somebody's perspective. All films are. So whose film perspective is it?
Le plus avant-garde, c'est de raconter une histoire. Man Ray a fait son film sans histoire. C'était un film optique. Ça, c'est très facile de faire aujourd'hui, je pense, non?
Cet film, c'est le troisième film dans une trilogie, après Picture of Light et Gambling Gods and LSD, qui a été fait avec un système peut-être d'exploration et de couverture. Ça veut dire qu'il n'y a pas un script, on sait pas exactement ça que je trouve dans le procès, mais c'est fait comme une méditation pour vous, pour les spectateurs.
You know, the whole process of making this kind of film is one that is essentially exploratory. And it's been the case in my last 3 films where I start with themes or places and really undergo a kind of exploration where I'm gathering material, finding meanings, finding associations, and building a big set of relationships, which becomes the film, which has its own structure. It's a level of challenge that you want to have again. If it's not there, you feel like something is wrong. But that's one of the reasons, you know, that maybe I don't want to do it again, is that it is really demanding to work like that. Like, it takes a long time. It's day and night work for several years, and you're trying to figure things out, and you don't know what it's going to be until it's done. And that is, you know, demanding on everybody involved, because you just don't know where you're going. mean, our human experience, the way one thing leads to another, is actually not very similar to what we're used to seeing in films. You know, the structures we create in films, the storytelling structures we create are kind of mythic and based on forms that we relate to and we like, but actually they're most of the time not that much like the way things really go. And so one of the things I'm interested in, especially with this film and the one before, are to kind of try and capture that weird logic of how one thing jumps to the next, you know, and some things will happen in a blink of an eye and other things will, you know, take up a whole day in our experience and can be equally significant. Yeah, I consider it entertainment, but it's walking a fine line. I mean, I think these films are, you know, one of their central characteristics is that they tread different domains, you know, and like we just talked about voice and image, for example, and in pacing. I mean, I think there's parts where it challenges you. And maybe the lava in the end of time is one of the places that it's most obvious. It's pushing you to look at this for 5 minutes, and it's asking you to experience it in a different way. It's no longer just an image of lava. It's a kind of experience or meditation on lava that may challenge you and may make you nervous, or you may, you know, completely go with that temporal kind of space, or it may make you break and leave, or sort of reach another attitude for the rest of the film. So those things are, I would say, are being played with deliberately. So is that entertaining? I don't think it's like feeding you the line that we would think of being entertaining in terms of those formal structures that we think, yes, this is entertaining. It's more challenging and entertaining.